Mauri ora and welcome to Ayo, A Road to Peace. Here we have in-depth conversations about holistic health and Indigenous wisdom. I speak to medical practitioners, healers, artists and thought leaders to help us learn and be inspired by unique and diverse ways of healing. The future of medicine is ancient. I believe our healthcare system can access a rich tapestry of wisdom from ancient Indigenous practices, Te Taiao, the natural world, the elements, Te Ao Wairua, the spirit realms, Oro, vibration. They all have sacred messages of healing. It's all here for us to rediscover. Re-indigenizing our lives and the way we view healthcare can contribute to the expansion of consciousness here on Earth. My name is Tarikura. Thank you for being here and leading with a brave and open heart. Kia ora and welcome to Ayo. My name is Tarikura. You're welcome to call me Tari. If you are new here, know my haere mai, kia tau, settle in. If you have been with us for a while, hello my darlings. Ooh, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Well, my loves, I'm about to start my ikura and I'm curious to know where you are at. Like, how are you feeling? And the only way we're really going to know that is if we do a little drop-in, a little check-in. You want to join me for like literally 1 minute to like find some clarity, find our breath, find our body, locate ourselves, and then we'll carry on. Ka pai? I would love you to plant your feet wherever you are. Can you get them square, flat on the earth, the ground, a flat wall, whatever that may be? Plant them feet. Ka pai. Then we're going to take a deep breath in. And all the way out. And again, hakiroto, breathing in. Are you clocking any places of tension? If so, on the exhale, can you send the energy there? And when you're ready, inhale, seeing if there's any release there. And all the way out. Ka pai, one more, eh? And just listening, what's present for you today? Well, my loves, I am about to start my ikura, and so I am feeling pretty batshit crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. My luteal phases have been out the gate the last couple of months. If you're not familiar with cycle tracking, the luteal phase is the phase just before the menstrual phase, so just before you bleed. It can last around 7 to 10 days and can be associated with PMS, premenstrual syndrome, which can be a source of a range of physical, emotional, and even spiritual ailments for women. And if you've been with me for a while, you know that I struggle from really painful periods. So for 20 years of my life, I've experienced pretty chronic pain every month, which kind of led us to building this podcast and talking to healers and medical practitioners to help me on my hormonal journey, because it's such a big one for us wahine, us women, as we navigate the turbulent terrain of hormones. It's the Wild West out here. And you know what's been really supportive? The Red School. These two women, Alexandra and Shani, they teach about the energetics of the feminine cycle. It's incredible work. They popularize the concept of the inner season matching, the 4 seasons of our cycle. I'm sure you've heard this concept floating around on the internet. Well, to me, it's pure magic. It's like God playing tricks, and it always baffles me that bleeding women have 4 phases of their menstrual cycle that mirror the natural world. Like, you just can't make it up. It's so poetic. And the Red School have a podcast called the Menstruality Podcast, and it's honestly amazing. If you are learning about your cycle or learning to track your cycle or sync your cycle, this podcast is going to be so helpful. They really helped me reframe PMS and the luteal phase. They talk about how this is the phase where so much wisdom can come through. The veil thins and our spiritual gifts amplify. And this phase is really asking us to listen to our intuition, to our unshakable knowing. This is where we can turn frustration and irritation into power. I will link them in the show notes. If, like me, you are on that womb journey and wanting to learn about how Māori view and held the menstrual cycle in pre-colonial times, read Awa Atua by Ngāhuia Murphy. Again, I'll link that one in the show notes. You know, when I was young, I learned about the menstrual cycle. I was in, Māori schooling, and the teachers called it mate wahine. And as a child, it would be easy to literally translate that to mean dead woman. And so that had me pretty confused and low-key kind of scared. I really was confused by that translation and the way that it was viewed. Then later I was introduced to learn the term Awa Atua, the river of the gods. And I was like, yeah, that is much better. That makes way more sense to me. So you can learn about how Māori viewed our menstrual cycles. Again, Awa Atua. I'll link that in the show notes. So my loves, I would love to turn our gaze to this week's episode. I love this one. I know I say that every time, but this one is so fucking fun, you guys. I love talking about numerology with Chaz. This philosophy is a great example of archetypal work. If you enjoy astrology or human design or personality tests, you're going to love this one. Numerology offers us a map to the self. It offers clues about our purpose, about our passions, and how we show up in the world. It also offers us insights into the collective field. I'm feeling pretty biased about numerology at this point because Chaz was incredibly accurate about me and my life and my work and how I show up. And she gave me a little reading and I was like, excuse me? Like, have you been watching me my whole life? This is wild. How do you know this stuff about me? Truly, it really made my whole body zizz with a truth. That's my experience. So I would love to hear what your experience is when you explore this podcast episode and numerology, because Chaz is activating and extremely knowledgeable. I'm like, dude, how do you fit all of this in your brain? It's amazing. So my loves, in this episode, we explore the life path number, our soul number, our destiny number. And Chaz breaks down the numbers and the archetypes that express themselves through the numbers. And yes, you can calculate your own life path number so that you can follow along and see if there is resonance for you. She explains how to calculate this number in the episode, but I want to offer an example of how to calculate your own life path number. Because if you're anything like me, I would want to know what my life path number is when she's explaining all the numbers. So check out the show notes. You will see a title saying Calculate Life Path Number Example. We also talked about how numerology affects the collective field, which I found super fascinating. We talk about purpose and living in true alignment. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I'm so curious to hear your thoughts. Please dive into the DMs, let me know. And if you want to book a session with Chaz, I highly recommend it. If you are searching for your purpose or at a crossroads or a new opportunity is on the horizon, you want to invest, buy a house, have a child. Honestly, any big life moments can be gracefully guided by numbers. Truly, I can't recommend it enough. The clarity and the sense of feeling deeply seen is priceless. Chaz is offering IEL listeners 15% off any website purchases, including her sessions. Use promo code VIBRATEWHITELIGHT. I will link that in the show notes, my loves. If you would like to connect with Chaz, she shares regular numerology updates on her Instagram at soulprint_NZ. And her website is www.soulprint.co.nz. She also holds monthly women's circles, so check that out on her website. If you would like to connect with Ayo, we're on Instagram and TikTok at Ayo the podcast. We just launched our first online course in collaboration with Awhiora Rongoa. It's an online self-paced course where you will learn about karakia, whakapapa, atua Māori, and 6 different medicinal plants and trees. You'll learn how to make your own rongoa and to do it safely. And of course, we offer payment plans. You can check that out at www.ayothepodcast.co.nz. And of course, my loves, all of that will be in the show notes. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this episode serves you. I hope that you find some juicy gems. Get that journal out. Go for a little hikoi, a walk. Listen in the bath. Listen with your cacao, your cup of tea. Doing them dishes. I love a podcast life. Thank you for being here. Aroha nui. Kia hora te marino. Kia whakapapa pauna mu te moana. Hei huarahi mā tātou I te rangi nei. Aroha atu, aroha mai. Tātou ia tātou katoa. Haumie, huie, tāhiki e. Where's a bit of a vortex?
That was so beautiful.
Oh, thank you, darling. You're really settling in.
I know. I was seriously calling on all my guides, my grandma. Yeah, I wore her ring today on purpose. I'm like, yeah,
that's amazing.
I can feel.
Yeah.
Oh, the strength.
Yes, we love that presence. Hey, you almost like move out of your own way and then like
come in.
Totally be here.
Yeah,
with us.
they are.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here, Chaz. This is so exciting.
I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, like you said before, it just feels like 2 gals having a yarn.
Just having a chat with the same numbers.
I love it. Honestly, that's wild. I cannot believe that we figured out that we have almost identical 3 astrology signs.
Yep.
So we're both Virgo sun.
Yep.
Both Cancer moons.
Yep.
You've got a Leo rising and I've got a Saggy rising.
Yep.
Which is both fire.
I know. And we are fire.
We are fire. And so we've got the same life path. Is that what you said?
We've got the same life path. The only number that you have that I don't is a 7, and I have an 8 and you have the 7. So we actually have very similar numerology charts also.
Dude, I'm so here for this.
I know.
It's
I
wild
know.
to think that our lives are completely different. Like we have very different upbringings,
Yep.
very different like scopes, but
Yep.
amazing that we can express ourselves through those numbers and those codes.
100%. What the numbers show us is that we both have quite a common goal of making a difference.
Wow.
With the 9s as life path numbers, it's making a difference in a humanitarian sense and on a global scale, and to better the lives of others in an everyday way. So different upbringings, different parents, traumas, that sort of thing, but the same goals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fascinating.
I know.
I would love actually to touch on a little bit about your cultural background and upbringing, because I think it's really important for people to understand the context in which you come from.
Okay, so I'm born and raised in South Africa in a really small town called East London, and everybody always thinks that's East London in London, but no. So grew up in a really small town and was moved around quite a little bit of a gypsy life with my mum. She got remarried. We moved on from that, come from a typical sort of South African life, and then moved to New Zealand on my own when I was 22 to get out of the struggles and the trauma that South Africa has. Moved here and then found myself in marketing, weirdly. But numerology came to me synchronistically when I was 15. I was watching a random talk show waiting for mum to get home from work. And this numerologist came on named Glynis McCann. She was in the States. I don't even know if she's alive anymore. And she was talking about the world of numerology. And I went, wow, that's fascinating. And for my birthday, I asked my mum to get me the cassette tape, because this was 18 years ago. And she bought it for me for my birthday. And that's what took me into the world of numerology at the young age of 15. And it followed me everywhere until I got to a point where my world just didn't allow me to do anything but this.
Wow.
And then as I understood numerology more and more and more, I realized I'm living completely in purpose, and everything has flowed ever since.
I love hearing that. There's something about that resonates with me, is like life will squeeze you until you land in your purpose.
Exactly.
That's literally the same for me.
Yeah.
Like I was trudging along on life, not quite in my purpose, but like halfway there.
Yeah.
And it will squeeze you until you're ready.
And until you combust and you give up, right? And you go, okay, use me.
Yes.
Use me in the best way possible. Allow me to be my most authentic self. And that is, to me, I believe that is living in purpose, is learning to live in your most authentic self. I believe we come out of the womb knowing exactly who we're meant to be. And that is the purpose of life, is returning to that knowing. Yeah.
Fuck, that's so beautiful.
Thanks.
That resonates so much, honestly.
Yeah.
All through my 20s, I actually created so much suffering for myself trying to find my purpose. Like it kept me up at night. It was like such a source of depression because I was like, I'm not living in my purpose. I want to find purpose. There's this whole thing, concept around purpose. And, you know, sometimes I would bounce between the thing of like, maybe my purpose is just to breathe and just to like be in my body. Maybe that's what my purpose is.
It is.
And it is, totally.
It's to feel you.
I guess like what you're saying, the authentic self.
It's to feel you. And people, sometimes they think it's a thing.
Yes.
You know, I need to be a doctor, I need to be a nurse, but it's learning to be you. And taking it back to numerology, it's learning to vibrate within your numbers and your number system. And that's when you feel so at peace and everything flows. When you're flowing with your internal energy, it's not a fight. Of course, there's growth in everything because that's what we're meant to do, right? We're meant to grow. So of course, there's growth of the soul, which can have pain and trauma along the way. But I believe if we learn to flow in the energy of our authentic selves, the pain can be lessened and the growth is more a gratitude growth as opposed to a fought trauma.
Man, I resonate with that so much.
It's because we're the same numbers, girl.
Yes, I love it. So I would love to dive in. What is numerology?
Okay, so there are so many, there's many types of numerology, but at the very base of it, it's the science of numbers. It's everything around us has a vibrational quality. This teacup, the candle, us. And numbers have characteristics, opportunities, traits linked to them. So 1 would be determination, 2 would be partnership. Then the letters of the alphabet all have a number attached to them. In numerology, numbers work from 1 to 9 because that's the highest vibrating form of the number in its singular form, except for 11, 22, and 33, which are master numbers. And so if you look at your full name of birth, it gives me a number system, which gives me a code as to the characteristics, the challenges, the traits within you, and the path you're here to travel on. So that's numerology. It's an energy system. It's a blueprint or a map of who your soul came here to be as you came out of the womb. It sounds complicated, but it is so simple. If you can learn qualities 1 through 9, you can apply them at every touch point of your life. Yeah.
That is fascinating. And I feel like specifically you and other astrologists that I speak to, there is something about like you're really able to download the codes and speak to them with such embodied wisdom. Like obviously the cassette tape at 15 was like the seed of you being able to be like, yes, I'm downloading these codes. So
totally.
I think it's so beautiful. You're so living in your purpose, right?
I am. I also have a personality 3, which means that I'm able to communicate. I have a destiny number master 11, so I'm communicating universal laws.
Yes.
So again, I'm working with my numbers and not against them. If I had sort of a personality number 7, it would be very difficult for me to be on this podcast because 7 is more of a removed number. It's introspective. It's not out there, if that makes sense.
I feel that for you. You have such a way with language and such a way of communicating.
Thank you.
It's so beautiful.
We're using those guides today.
Yes, truly, truly. So I want to get into this concept of the life path and help me understand so that people listening at home can calculate their life path so they can follow along what this actually means.
So the life path number is arguably one of the most important numbers in our chart. It tells us the path that we're here to travel on. It tells us the challenges that will come into that path, the opportunities that will come into that path, a lot of how people will see us and what we're here to learn and live by. So 1 through 9, for example, if you're life path 1, this is hugely determined. This is someone that will be in a leadership position. They're here to strive to do things their own way. They're here to come up with new concepts. A life path 2 is here to bring people together. They're the nurturer, they're the sensitive ones. They love partnership. They love healing. It's the number of healing. The 3 is the number of the child. So these are the people that bring the joy to the room. It's excellent with communication, creativity. The 4 is the bedrock of society. They are here to put systems, structures, and processes in place to help us in our lives, make things easier for us. The 5 is the freedom-loving adventurer. These are our actors, actresses. These are our salespeople. They think very quickly. They're here to test the world in terms of the rules we have here and how much they can get away with. They're a little bit of a rebel sign. The 6, if you look at the number 6, it almost looks like a pregnant woman.
Oh,
this is the mother energy. Again, it sits of service number. These are people that have service to humanity in a motherly way. The 7 is the introspective. This is the seeker, the one who asks the big questions in life. What am I here? What am I here to do? What is this world about? What is reincarnation? That sort of thing. It's hugely analytical. The 8 is the powerhouse. These are our CEOs, the money makers. It's quite a masculine energy. Our drivers, our goal setters. And then the 9, us, these are the humanitarians. This is the number of Gandhi, Mother Teresa. These are the people that want to better the lives of others, but not in a small sort of one-on-one sense. They want to go big. So a perfect example would be you want to have a podcast, you want to reach the masses. They need to know that they're bettering the lives of someone every day. That's their path that they're here to travel on. They're also here to learn to give forgiveness of the world because they have an idealism about how the world should be. So the 9 is the toughest life path to be. I will just mention that. I'm going to start support groups for life path 9s.
I love that because as you're speaking, I'm actually getting emotional and being like, yeah, I feel like I've had to shut myself up from the pain of the world because it's so overwhelming. And I can get into the story of like, oh, I'm an empath, I'm highly sensitive, but like also there's this piece here is that like it's actually so hard to witness the world and be like, we can change it.
For us, it is.
For us, yeah.
It is. But for a 1, they're probably just driving ahead, that sort of thing. But 9s are the oldest of souls. So they come out already knowing the tragedies and the traumas of the world. And sometimes they can be like, no, I didn't do it again. Send me back.
Yes, wow. Yeah, often I sit with myself and I'm like, why do I carry so much pain? Like I've had such a privileged life and like often there's guilt there of feeling so much pain.
Well, if I can help you with that, the 9 has so many lifetimes behind them that they come in already a tiny bit exhausted because they're here to complete the last 9-year cycle. So they say that because the 9 is the oldest of the souls, we can almost move out of this lifetime and we can kind of be done. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, great. Wow.
Which means they have a lot of work to do in this lifetime. Yeah, and that can feel exhausting.
Yeah. I tell my partner all the time, I'd love to find out. Actually, let's do this. So how do we calculate it? We can do this.
It's super easy to calculate your life path number. So you literally add your day of birth with your month and your year. So I'm going to use easy numbers. Like say you're on the 1st of January, 2001. You'd add 1 + 1 is 2, + 2 is 4, + 1 is 5. You're a life path 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so to make that more complicated for someone like me, I'm the 25th of the 8th. So would you go 2 + 5 + 8?
Yep. So 7. So because you do 2 + 5 is 7 + 8. And then plus whatever your year is, 1 + 9 + 9 + 2. Yeah.
Okay.
And if that adds to 11, 22 or 33, lucky you're a master number.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So you have 1 master number in your chart and that sits in your soul number, a master number 11.
Ooh.
I have a master number 11 in my destiny number.
Ooh, what does that mean?
So this is a higher calling again. So if you're a life path 9 and then they throw an extra master number in there, it's a lot. It's a lot in this world. It means you have a higher calling. It means you've mastered this category in a previous lifetime and you're now here to pass on that knowledge.
Wow.
So a master 11 is here to master universal laws, things like Reiki or numerology or something like that, and they are here to use that to heal and to help others. And if you pair that with a life path 9, it's no small feat. Yeah.
So if you're doing a reading with someone and they were to ask about the life path, it sounds like this is somewhere you would start. What is the kind of information that you would be giving? Is this someone's purpose, their life, like literally the life path? Is that where they're ascending to?
So I look at purpose in terms of the destiny number because that's the God-given talents we've been given.
Okay.
the soul number, because you need to use that number to fulfill yourself on your happiness on a daily basis. And if you don't nurture that soul number, you can feel very unfulfilled. And then the personality number, because this is how people perceive you. This is how you deal with conflict. This is how you communicate. So when I look at someone's purpose, I look at those three. The life path number is how the destiny number comes to life.
Wow.
So if you look at me, for example, a life path 9, I'm a master number 11 destiny. So I'm here to live a humanitarian life and walk the life of a humanitarian. In a universal master number 11 way, I then teach, bring people together, heal through numerology. And my soul is happy because I have a soul number 8. And so this is a money number. So I have to own my own business. I need a nest egg in the bank, a financial little nest egg, in order to feel safe and grounded in this universe. So those 3 I will look at. That's how I look at someone's purpose.
Wow.
But the life path number will tell you the life you're going to travel on, if that makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. And if someone is listening to this and the life path doesn't resonate with them, what would you say about that?
I would say that look at your chart like a beautiful orchestra or a band, and you might not like the tuba, but it still forms part of the poetry. Some people don't. There's shadow sides of numbers and there's sun side of numbers. And if someone doesn't relate, let's say, to the life path number, it could be that you do get, I believe, toxic numbers within your chart, and numbers don't work together. And you could find that someone who's highly sensitive has a 1 in their chart and they almost don't like it. They rebel against it. So if they don't resonate with it, I would say, look at what other numbers in your chart you do resonate with. And maybe you're not on the sun side of the number, of the life path number. We can adjust it a little bit. The whole thing is looking at the knowledge of it and treating it like an orchestra and seeing which, who gets center stage within those numbers. Because you can pull out different characteristics and traits of each of them depending on the moment.
Okay. That's so fascinating. So I would love to hear a little bit about the history of numerology. Like, do you know who came up with this? And
it comes from Pythagorean times.
Pythagorean.
Yeah. But you get different versions of it. You get like Kabbalah numerology, you get Chandler numerology. So I don't know much about the others because this is what really resonates with me. The differences are just how you calculate, and so for example in Pythagorean it's the y equals a vowel. So it's that's where it gets complicated, and that's where like a numerology calculator is your best friend.
Okay.
So you kind of don't even have to worry about that sort of thing, or a numerologist is your best friend.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry, tell me what Pythagorean means. I don't even know what that means.
So this is kind of like from centuries and centuries and centuries ago. This is a guy kind of
a person. Okay.
Yeah, a person who kind of came up with
an era, a moment.
No,
a person. Got it.
No, my Pythagorean is Glynis McCann's from that show that I was watching. She's like that was the starter for me, and then kind of look into the history for a quick minute, and then move forward into modern times for me personally. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
So there's lots of different types of numerology, you're saying?
Yeah, there's different types. And it just comes down to how you treat a Y, a W, if those are vowels. I'm hugely intuitive with numerology. And so I always say to people, what resonates with you, use that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's different, some numerologists treat your personal year number from your birth date. Others treat it from January. So whatever resonates with you, it's kind of, learning to what works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And I've heard you talk about the universal year number. Can you speak into that?
Yes. Okay. So we get our personal year number and then we get our universal year number. The universal year number is extremely important to understand because it's what's happening to us on an external point of view. I like to think of it like the weather report. So like you're going to check your weather report in the morning or you're not, and you can go out there and not take a jumper or a raincoat, and then the storms can come in and you can either go, oh my gosh, I need to work with the weather report so that I'm covered, so I'm working with the weather, or I'm just going to get slapped in the face with hail. That's how I like to see the universal year number. So the universe goes through 9-year cycles just like us. Currently, she's in a 9. Ooh. And this is a shedding of anything that no longer serves the highest version of her. So this, you will see things like I hate to say it, like LA fires or like the Pope died. All of these things that is not meant to go into the next 9-year cycle will come to an end. It's a hugely emotional year. It can be emotionally volatile. It's a letting go. It's a shedding. And so it's important for us to know this number, because anything we want to do, we want to work with the flow of her energy instead of against it. So an example would be to line up your personal year number with the universal's personal year number. If you're going to start a business in a universal 9 year, you want to make sure that this business is of higher good, that it doesn't chase money, that it's going to flow with the right things in a universal law kind of way, or it's probably going to.
And that's because the 9 is the humanitarian, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So you can get the best out of everything. You just need to know how to flow with that energy. So I always match my personal year number, all clients, with the universal year number, and that's going to set you up for the best success.
Wow.
It's really powerful stuff.
That is so powerful.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be really honest. Like, it's not that I was skeptical about numerology. I was just like, I just deeply don't understand how numbers could influence my being or my life. But since the workshop that you did and I was present in, I was like, bitch, this bitch is on. Like, you were literally smacking everything on the head.
If you think of it, it's like if you take away the concept of numbers and you go, it's just energy.
Yes.
It's just energy. Like, this chair has energy. And what's the quality of this energy? Numbers have energy. Letters have energy. So it's just recognizing energy vibrations.
It's true.
Yeah. It's working and flowing with them. Yeah.
And so naturally, I assume we go to a universal year number 1 next year.
Yes.
Tell us about this.
Yes. So next year, it's going to feel, we're all going to exhale. The universe is going to have like a renewed energy. She's going to be vibrant. She's going to be starting fresh. I think the best way to describe the universal energy so you can actually understand would be something like COVID. So COVID hits in a universal year number 4.
Okay.
And the 4 is about system, structure, routines, daily routines. And it's supposed to be a year where we build solid roots. And so if you look, COVID hit and all of a sudden we had to change our systems and processes of how we communicated, how we ran meetings. Zoom was a huge thing.
So true.
Our routines were upset. The next year was a 5 year and travel shut down. Now 5 is the number of travel, freedom, adventure. It's chaos. It's unexpected changes continually. And we were constantly being told, you can travel or you can't travel. You can have a haircut with 3 people. Travel was then banned. It was constant listening to what's going to happen to us today. It was unexpected, constant changes. Then the universe moved into year number 6, the number of the pregnant woman. Lots of people who were staying at home got pregnant.
True.
It's also the year of marriage or divorce, because relationships come to the center and anything that isn't dealt with in a 6 year comes to the surface to be dealt with. So a lot of people got pregnant, a lot of people got married, or a lot of people were stopped from getting married because they couldn't anymore because we were shut down. Then she moved into a 7 year. 7 is introspective. 7 is the why. Why did this happen to us? What does this mean? This is the wisdom year. This is when the universe goes, what did you learn? Then she moved into an 8, which was last year. Recessions. 8 is the money number. It's karmic debt. What goes around comes around. And to the degree of how well you used the Y year, which is the 7, and how deep you went, the 8's going to pay you back for that. So either rewards are going to come, but there was recessions. The government ran out of money. Money wasn't spent very well, poverty, the whole thing. Now you look, she's in her 9 and she's ending and completing anything that we didn't do in the 8 year, which is also personal power, and we didn't learn from in the 7. She now comes in and goes, I'm going to fuck you, but in a good way. She's going to go, I'm now going to take over and get rid of anything that doesn't serve the highest version of this collective. Wow. So this is where we're at now. So if you watch the flow of that story, you can see how it all manifests. And we need to work with that energy. If you can line up your own personal year with that, I mean, do you want to live life and flow and easily, or do you want to, push it up a hill with a rake?
Totally. Oh, I'm so done with the push energy, the force energy. It's just so exhausting.
Yeah.
What does it look like to just be and flow and be in the receptivity of life?
Yeah. So work with the weather report.
That's That's so good.
Take the coat out. Take the rain jacket. I know it's not the greatest thing for the
umbrella.
outfit right now, but like
sacrifices for
exactly.
It's so good. Hey, I'm loving hearing you use this term she. Tell me about why you're using she.
Oh, the universe is all her.
Ooh.
All she. Oh my gosh, all she. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way, but oh my God, the power of a woman and the feminine. Come on. Like,
energy,
really, we are everything. We create, we nurture. She. Nothing, like
Props.
Really, she, 100%, nothing else.
I love to
And
hear
that's
you.
not in a disrespectful way.
100%.
He is also important, Mike, but my God, this is a she. You can feel it, right? Can you feel that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the universe cradles us
Yeah.
in her deep womb energy.
Absolutely. The goosebumps.
I got them before as you were talking. I was like, oh, I'm feeling something. Oh, that's so beautiful. Wow. I would love to double tap on the destiny number. Can you tell us more about this?
So the destiny number will hugely dictate our career because this is where our God-given talents sit. I see a lot of some people find this number really difficult because you can find that in your destiny number could be something that you don't want to do. So I have a destiny number, master number 11. Before, when I found myself in corporates, it's like that number didn't sit well there, and I didn't understand why I kept hitting walls. So some people can be like, I don't want to not earn any money and sit and be a little numerologist. Not that I don't earn any money, I do really well. So they don't really understand the destiny number very well, but this is where our talents lie. This is an acceptance number. This is the number that shows us kind of what we're meant to do career-wise, where our talents sit. This is a number that's not meant to be fought. It's meant to be understood so that we can truly get onto our path. Yeah, it's a beautiful number. You have a destiny number 3.
Number 3. Okay,
yeah, so this is communication.
Ooh, okay.
This is communication. This is where your talents sit. So you need to be communicating. And then when we look at what you need to be communicating, your life path 9 tells us you're here for the humanitarian. I then look at your soul number, which is a 7, and this is introspection. This is the number of the seeker. This is the number of wisdom. It's the wisdom number. Wow. So you need to be communicating wisdom. You've nailed it. Like you've literally nailed your chart.
Yes, baby.
Yeah. Can you feel it?
I can feel it now.
Yeah.
This last kind of year or so, I'm like, I think this was what purpose feels like.
Yeah, it will start to flow more and more and more as you continue on that path. Next year, you're going into your year of wisdom. So you're in a personal year 6 this year. And next year, you go into a year of wisdom.
Oh, honey boo, I am so ready for that.
Yeah, it's a banger. It's one of the most pivotal years in your personal year number because you're now transitioning into the last 3 years of a 9-year cycle. So 7, 8, 9, just like through COVID, if we look at the universe, 7, 8, 9, it's the most important years.
Wow.
Yeah, in terms of kind of now really evolving, really growing, really kind of going, what have I learned? So we can complete that 9-year cycle and you can transition into a new one.
I'm so feeling this on a cellular level.
Yeah,
like I really feel like I'm coming into the age now where I'm like, even like the physical age, I'm coming up 33.
Yeah.
And it really does feel like I've gained a lot of wisdom from all the fuck ups in the last 10 years. And I'm like, this is where I can embody the changes.
Yeah. So we're 20, 25, 26, 27, 28. So by 2029, I know it sounds ages away, you will start a new life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bring it on, baby.
Yeah. It'll be like a new evolved version of Tari. It's like, yeah.
I'm so here for that. And fascinating to hear like the ping in my mind as you're talking about the 3-year, that being communication. It reminds me of my Gemini and South Node. Gemini being such a communication sign.
Yeah.
And such an ear sign.
So I find it fascinating. My mum's a phenomenal astrologer. It was all a little complicated for me in terms of the depths of astrology, but we chat all the time. And the way numerology and astrology line up is, I mean, Gemini is literally the number of the 3 in numerology. So it lines up. And if we can harness all of these different things, wow, what a place to be, what a time to be alive.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I just want to double tap on, I say Gemini and South Node for those that don't know what that is, because people will be like, what the fuck does that mean, Tati?
Yes, teach us.
What that means is that you have a North Node and a South Node. And so the South Node is the part of you, when you come into this world, it's essentially saying, what have you brought with you from past lives, from past experiences? What are you coming into this life really secure in? So that's the Gemini. And when I learned that, I was like, fuck, I have been so living in the shadow of my Gemini. And so that was quite confronting, learning that, because I was like, damn it, I've got to do some work on this Gemini. And then the south, going towards the north node, that's essentially the ascension to our purpose, our north node, our true north, if that makes sense. And that's in Sagittarius, which makes so much sense that that's my rising sign as well, which is the fire, the adventure, the desire for higher knowledge. So I just wanted to mention that. So when I say that me having a Gemini and south node and me being in a year 3, it makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so you say that Sagittarius thing, you have a personality number 5, which is the number of Sagittarius in numerology. So it's all, so it all lines up. So I'm wondering what mine is now. I'm like, Mom, what is my, because I wonder, because we have so many similar numbers and signs, I'm like, do I need to check that out?
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same. Because they're all opposite. So Gemini, if you have a Gemini south node, you will always have a Sagittarius.
I would see it as a privilege. I look at you and I go, yes.
Bless
yes.
you.
If I can see you as a mirror, I'm like, yes.
Oh my God, I look at you and I'm like, look at this boss woman just like living the best fucking life.
Oh,
do you feel like that?
Yeah, I do now. I do now. But there was a struggle. So my last 9-year cycle was a heavy struggle of I needed to detach. I needed to find. So you know how you said you rejected that Gemini part of you?
Yeah.
That's a rejection of the destiny number.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's that, like, a lot of people struggle with that. And that. So for me, I needed to do a lot of letting go, a lot of, it's, sometimes you can meet a builder and their own house is a disaster.
Oh, yes.
I was like that up until a few years ago. So yeah, I had to really shed old concepts, old expectations. Life path 9s have a lot of expectation of how.
Dude, say less. Oh my God, I feel that viscerally.
So a lot of work has been done.
Yes, wow.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to know what did it feel like really stepping into this work as a numerologist? Like, did you have to like really work through societal expectations about what that would look like, or was it just very easeful for you?
Girl, to me, it felt like coming home.
Okay.
But to others, they thought I'd having it like lost the plot.
I wondered.
Like, how is that going for you? I lost friends who still think I'm like woo-woo.
Yes.
So that's where I kind of I came up with the slogan, you don't have to be cuckoo to believe in woo-woo.
Yes.
And then I'm like, why do I even have to describe it like that? For me, I lost a lot of people let go in that previous 9-year cycle, which is what happens. But there was a lot of people, there was like, are you okay? What are you doing? But you find your new tribe. Those who are meant to vibrate on the same level as you, they come in. Yeah. I think we attract things on our own vibrational frequency. And so if we can vibrate higher, people can come and join us if they're willing to rise too. So that's kind of where I got to it. But a lot of rejection, a lot of what is it, especially not just numerology is so unknown. Everyone knows astrology or Reiki or tarot, that sort of things. But numerology is really kind of something that's hasn't been out there. So my goal at the moment is just to get it out there. It's so simple. But yeah, the journey to get here, I think my corporate world that I've left behind really think that I have absolutely lost the plot. Yeah, until they experience it.
Totally.
Until they experience it. If you had to see some of the names in business that I work with, which I can tell you offline.
Yes, great.
You would be like, wow, I'm talking about some of the biggest names, some of the biggest businesses in New Zealand, all driven by men. Some of these guys will come to me and they won't so much as put a deal down on the table without running the numbers through me first.
Oh my God, I believe it.
The hardest part actually for my career is that I can't use reference power. Not that it's important, but it could certainly push numerology a lot further. If I had to say, such and such is my client, that reference power would do so much for such a small known kind of little thing like numerology. Wow. Yeah. So that's a very difficult part of this.
And they want to be confidential? Is that what they're asking?
The number of NDAs I've had to sign. Really? Because the thing is it's we look at future. So I can I can look at your next year, April 2026, and say, this will the energy be around you. It's almost like therapist kind of relationship. So yeah, there are some NDAs that I've had to sign before I even knew who the person was.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is so spicy.
It's spicy.
No,
it's really spicy. And it's you'd walk past these people, you got to pretend that you don't know.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah, it is. It's completely fascinating because you would know all of them, what's coming up in the future, business purchases, money problems, affairs, it's huge.
Something that you said, which was fascinating, like numerology is not that known. And in my head, I was just like, what a beautiful place for you to be the trailblazer, to be at the cusp of this like really beautiful.
Oh my gosh, from your lips to God's ears.
Yeah, like look at it as such a blessing. Like how amazing to be on the forefront of that movement.
I really hope so. I also hope to represent New Zealand because we're small on the scale of things, but my God, are we powerful?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of really proud to be in this country with hopefully an impactful voice that will kind of break those borders.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You should be doing way more podcasts. Just do the podcast route.
Well, I'm in my 3 years. So this year I'm kind of saying the yes to everything. Good. But before, you hide behind the scenes because everybody thinks you're crazy.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, I don't think you're crazy. And the women listening do not think you're crazy. They're like, give me the woo. They're so into it.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. We've really cultivated such an incredible community. That
I found my tribe.
Like you 100% have. It's so beautiful. So I want to talk about the predictive nature of numerology. So you've spoken bits about this, so it's clearly predictive.
It is predictive. I always say I'm not a psychic, but the energy is the energy and the numbers don't lie. We never know. We sort of never know how the energy is going to transpire, but it will be of the same quality. So for example, if you are in a 1 year, you are going to be determined. You are going to start a new 9-year cycle. You are going to start new projects. You are going to start new concepts, new relationships, new addresses, etc. We can drill down to personal year number and then personal month number. And so we can literally get down to what's happening in that month and then to the day. That's where it becomes predictive. But I don't know what you're going to start. I don't know who you're going to be in a new relationship with. So it's predictive, but it's fluid, if that makes sense. Yeah. It's predictive, but it's owned by you.
Which I like.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like in a 6 year, you're in a 6 year, this is relationships, this is responsibility, this is increased workload, it's hugely promotional. Yeah, people will come to you for to be like the proverbial word, they'll come to you with their issues. It's a magnetic year, it's the relationship, love, commitment year. So you find love, you commit deeper to love, you break off relationships that don't serve the highest version of yourself, you have babies, that sort of thing. So I can't say how that's going to work in your life, but I can tell you how the energy is going to be there.
Dude, you're literally speaking to my life. Like everything you've just said, my relationals are out the gate. Like my relational dynamics are out the gate right now. My workload has increased significantly. My partner just got his business back. So I've now like got a new job with his business as well as all my projects. Like we're talking about babies.
So the workload has increased?
Increased by tenfold.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, I'm struggling with like the overwhelmed. Like I was barely surviving before. I'm just about to hire my first assistant. Like it's really, it's happening.
Yeah. Watch that relationship with the assistant.
Okay. Say more.
Yeah. Well, you want to do their numbers. So I would never hire anyone until I did their numbers. So I see if we work well together. I see if she's right for the role that I'm creating.
Yes.
So if I want someone systematic, organized, I'm going to hire a 4 or someone with 4s in. I'm going to make sure that our life path numbers are like working together in the same flow. I'd also look at my partner's numbers. So I would never get into a relationship without understanding the guy's numbers because they can hide, but their numbers can't.
All right. After this, we're going to do that.
Yeah. I have this little trick for any of the ladies who want to play this game like on the second or first date and go, let's have a look at who has the worst driver's license picture.
Oh my God.
Pull out that driver's license, ignore the photo, take stock of the name, first name, middle name, surname, the date of birth, then go to the ladies' room, write that shit down, and then call me. And I will tell you exactly who they are. And I'll do your numbers first to prove to you that it's spot on. and then we'll figure out who this guy or girl
This is gorgeous. This is like the meme of asking, like, so when were you born? On the first date, like
100%.
So what time were you born?
I feel like I feel like guys are now, or girls, they're like sensitive to them. They're like, oh, you're going to be one of those crazy.
100%.
So the driver's license picture's like, it's a little bit of charisma flirt, but actually I'm taking data in.
Oh my God, girl, clip it. Like that is so powerful.
It's so you want to, the thing is you want to flow with the people. You want to flow. It's also very beneficial to understand what year your partner's in.
Yeah.
So that you can, so for example, next year, your partner needs to understand that you're going to take a lot more time alone in introspective. You're going to want to feel a bit more alone. You're going to be doing a lot of introspection, a lot of meditation. And if someone doesn't know that, they would be like, are you okay? What's wrong? Yeah. That's going to be annoying to someone in the year 7. Yeah. To try and bring them out is the wrong thing to do. Okay. To support them in their silence and their introspection and just bring them the tea, that's the right. So it's really important to know, like, your children, your parents. Every time, like, one of my friends has, I don't know, a spaz, I'll go and look at what day they're on. Oh, they're on a 9. Okay. This too shall pass.
Oh, I love that. And I'm curious, this is a little bit of selfish inquiry, but I can ask the broader question. If someone was looking to have babies, what year would you say would be the best year for them?
So 3s and 6s are great because 3 is the number of the child and fertility. So is 6, it's the mother energy. 2 is also nice because it's nurturing and that sort of thing. Those would be your best years for children. 2, 3, 6.
Beautiful. And then the universal year of maybe starting a business, when would that be a good idea?
Oh, 1.
1, okay.
You want to start a business in a year 1.
You
absolutely.
heard it, honeys. Next year's the year.
Yeah. The theme of the business is also important. So you could start a business in a year 3 if it's a business that's communication, creativity. You could start a business in a year 2 if it has to do with healing, nurturing, that sort of thing. So it's not like you have to wait 9 years for your 1 year to come round. Sure. But if you were launching a business, let's say in a 3 year, I'd make sure you did it in a 3 year in a 1 month. Okay. So it's a new beginning. Yeah, that's what you want to line them up. Don't ever start a business in a 7 or a 9.
Oof, okay.
If you're in a 9 month and you launch a business in a 9 month, that's endings. That's endings and completions. That's not great. Okay. A 7 also, unless it's a spiritual business, a seeking business, a knowledge business, that's not what the 7 is for. Wow. The 7 is for wisdom. Okay. It's for it's like nurturing. It's, that's for our spirit family to come in. And so you don't want any sort of material gain attached to that or material focus. Every vibration only lasts for 4 weeks. So you'll be fine. You know what I mean? It's like whatever it is, it's ebbs and flows. It comes and goes. This too shall pass. And it's about learning to line things up for the best, the best moment and the best time.
And so I've heard you talk about months and days having numbers as well. Can you speak into that? So there's 12 months in a year. So how does that work?
So you get your personal month number and your personal day number. Your personal month is literally if you're in a month 1, 2, 3, 4 to 9. If you think about the personal year number, it's umbrellas it. And then the strokes of the umbrella are kind of like your month number.
So then what happens on month 10, 11, 12? What
so they revert to their lowest form, which would be, or their highest form of a singular digit. So 11 would be a 2, that sort of thing. So, or 12 would be a 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Because we always drill down to the last digit unless it's an 11, 22, or 33. But in a monthly sense, that would then become a 6, a 4, or a 2.
Oh, fuck, that is complicated. Babe.
It is complicated. It is complicated. But if you just understand qualities 1 through 9, and that we drill down, we add everything until it gets to 1 digit, then it can be pretty simple. Wow. I mean, I got this when I was 15 and I didn't take maths.
That's pretty amazing. Neither did I. So I love that for us. And so you're checking every day has a numerology number. So I know that you post about this every day.
Every day has a numerology number. The ones that I post on Soulprint are the universal numbers. So personally, how I run my life is we're doing this on a personal 5-day for me. And it's a personal 8-day for you. I'm happy with that. I'm going to be communicative. I'm going to be quick thinking. Opportunities are going to come my way because 5 is the number of opportunity. Wow. For you, you're on a big business day. So an 8-day, there's a lot of business happening today. You'll be in your executive moment, that sort of thing. Personal power. A lot of opportunities can come to you as a result. You see what I mean? Totally. I don't do readings personally on a 9-day or a 7-day. I'm going to personally be feeling 7 days I take for myself. 9 days, I'm going to be feeling tired. It's going to be a release. It's a shedding. It's time to close the curtains. It's time to sauna, read my journal, whatever it is that I need to do. I map my life out of like that because you want the best of me as a numerologist who reads charts almost every day. I need to bring my best self to that. I'm in the business of energy. And so I know when my energy is going to be up. I know what to use the energy for. So on 3 days, I know I'm going to be very communicative, be able to express myself, creative. I'm going to get up and want to do my face. On a 2-day, I know I'm going to be able to sort out relationship issues because I'm going to be feeling more sensitive, using my intuition. I'll be able to kind of handle tricky relationship dynamics. So I personally plan it down to the day.
Wow.
I tell my clients to plan it down to the month.
Okay.
And then they text me or voice note me if they've got something really big going on, something legal, or should they put a purchase in or that sort of thing. So yeah, we can get right down to the day. It's some freaky shit. I will show you.
Honestly, freaky shit. So
yeah.
How do you calculate your own personal day?
So your personal day is your birth date mixed with the month. But I reckon what we should do is at the bottom of the pod, like write all the calculations down.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. And then it's really easy to like when people can actually see it written.
Great. And I feel like I'm going to put it in my calendar now that this is an 8-day for me. So tomorrow's a 9-day.
Exactly. So tomorrow you're going to be tired.
I am going to be tired. I am. And it's fascinating hearing you talk about the framework in which you live your life because I live mine within the 4 seasons of the cycle, the inner cycle. So like the autumn, summer, winter, and spring, like that's like truly where I live my life. I do all my podcasts in my ovulation week. I do all of my editing and all of my like detail orientated things in my autumn. I take as many days off as I can in my winter. And then follicular, like my inner spring, I'm like bright and sprightly. I'm working out. It's the most beautiful way to live my life.
In flow. In flow. And it's, it's an acceptance and it's in flow. And if you can do that, the benefits of that, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah. It's enhanced my life in so many ways.
Yeah.
And it helps the people around me, like specifically my partner, learn how to love me. And learn how to be with me when I'm in those states,
See, now I would do that with numbers. Yes. I'd go, I'm on a day 1 today, and so I'm feeling kind of driven and selfish, so don't take it personally.
I love that.
Or I'll go, oh my gosh, we can't spend this much money. I have an 8-number soul, and if we don't have savings in the account, I don't feel grounded. And then, so it creates such an understanding of one another.
Yes, and it's a deeply indigenous practice in the sense that we're living with the rhythms and cycles of not only nature outside of us but inside us as well.
Yeah.
And I think like if the world could adopt more of that indigenous belief and framework, oh my God, we'd be living in a different world.
I see it like poetry.
Yes.
You like, beautiful poetry in flow, a beautiful orchestra, a music tune. That's, and there's so many things. I love the woman aspect that woman can bring into their lives that help them flow more.
Yes.
Whether it's the seasons, numerology, astrology. Yeah. Huge.
So huge. I would love to double tap on soul numbers. We've talked a bit about it, but can you go in further about what the soul number is?
So the soul number is what we need to feel fulfilled on a daily basis. It's also the environment that we like to live in, and it's how we feel really grounded. So if you think of numerology like an onion, the personality number is like that flimsy little orangey part that comes off quite easily. That sits also with the birthday number. Underneath that is the soul number, then the destiny, then the life path number. And so the soul number, not a lot of people would see unless they're in a relationship with you or they know you really well. But it's how you like to live. So for example, if you have a soul number 4, you need a really structured life. You need everything to be organized. You need everything to be in its place. Things need to make sense. It's a hugely loyal and sense-making number. And so someone with a soul number 4 would get really out of sorts if they came into a really messy environment or if things didn't make sense. For them, 1 + 1 must equal 2 and anything else will really rattle them. A soul number 7 needs introspection, needs analytics of what this all means, needs to go deep, needs wisdom, needs to study, needs to question, that sort of thing. That's what's going to make you feel alive and in purpose. The soul number is a very feminine number. It's a very feminine need. It sits right here inside of us. Yeah, so that's kind of how it flows within you, the soul number.
Wow, that's so poetic.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love the soul number.
Yeah. And mine is a 7, did you say?
Yours is a 7.
Okay, cool.
Mine is an 8, which is interesting because 8 is quite a masculine number.
Okay.
It's the CEO.
Yes.
It's the goal dominated, ambitious number. And I can see it within me. If I ever have any sort of financial troubles, I get ungrounded. I get wobbly. I'm like, oh my gosh, is there going to be enough money in the bank? So this is where numbers, even within yourself, can flow in harmony, or they can have a little bit of a sandpaper movement. So without getting too complicated, if you think about it like a radio station, numbers 1, 5, and 7 are our mind numbers. 3, 6, and 9 are our creatives, and 2, 4, and 8 are our business numbers. So if a 1 is talking to a 3, they're on different wavelengths, and it can sound a little bit crackly, like you're not quite tuned into that radio station.
Wow.
You can still hear, but explanation needs to happen in order for there to be an understanding. Whereas if a 1 meets a 5, it's like we're rocking in the same frequency. It's an instant understanding. Now, if there's 5 numbers in your chart, sometimes your own numbers cannot like each other. So sometimes if you have a destiny mass number 11, aka me, and a soul number like 8 or 7, I can be like, wait, I don't like money. My destiny number doesn't like money. And my life path number hates an 8. A 9 does everything for the greater good. Whereas an 8 is like, it's not materially focused, but it looks at money as a tool to get an outcome that they need or want. But a 9 and an 8 are like the complete opposite ends of the spectrum. So numerology can also help us understand the flow and the poetry within ourselves, and gives us an acceptance of who we are. I know I have an 8 soul. Does my 9 life path like it? No. But I know when to bring it out and when to quieten it down. Everything's going to be okay, little soul. So that type of, even the flow within us, it helps us understand. I can't tell you how many readings I do where people are like, finally I get it. Finally I get that it's okay for me to have both numbers, to have both sides of me, even though they're so different. And I know when I'm in the workforce, I'm going to bring out that 8. And I know when I'm at home or, with family, I'm going to bring out my soft 2. So it's about knowing when to bring out the instrument to do the solo.
Oh,
if that makes sense.
There's so much here. Like as you're speaking, this last hour, I'm already starting to understand the codes of each number. Like as you speak, I'm like, oh yes, I knew that. I'm like, oh yeah, I can start to feel what the codes are. And interestingly, like I do so much work with archetypal work. They're all just archetypes.
Exactly. So it's so interesting to me how so many of these things have links. And, I guess that's why I just like to think of it like energy, because it's just a type of energy form. It's just a quality of energy.
Yes.
And whether it's called a number 2 or whether it's called winter or whether, you know what I mean? It's just energy.
Totally. And the frameworks like layer on themselves so wonderfully.
Yeah, exactly.
It's also interesting hearing you speak. I had a really hard conversation last night with a friend and we closed our connection. And this friendship really just wasn't working and it just wasn't matching. And, a lot of the conversation was, why are we closing? And the only answer I heard was like, there's just not an energetic match. Like it's
the respect in the conversation though, to have the conversation, right? That's huge.
We're big on that.
So if we look at your numbers, you're in a year number 6 where relationships come to the foreground.
Yes.
And last month you were in a month number 9, which is endings and completions of anything that no longer serves the highest version of yourself.
Wow.
Your umbrella this year is relationships,
I believe it.
Responsibility, the pregnant woman, so being of service to people. And if you look, you're in a month number 9, which is endings of relationships.
Yes.
So
it makes sense.
If I had seen you in January, I would have told you that there's a significant relationship coming to an end across these numbers.
There's been a few this year. Yeah.
There'll be a few more.
Painful. Fuck, don't
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I love all my people too much. I can't think of anyone else that is coming to a close. But hey, I like I said, my friendship group are very, very powerful at bringing these sorts of hard conversations around closing friendships or transitions, or being like, what you said last week hurt my feelings, and then we have to sit in the muck together and figure out a resolution.
I love that though.
It is. It's
because
hard,
ghosting has become a thing.
It has,
and
yes.
it's so confusing, and it's so I love that. There's the respect that you have for another human being, another soul, and having the conversation of going, this friendship needs a breakup. So much power in that.
There's so much power. Yeah, it's healed so many like sisterhood woundings, and we're just really breaking the paradigm of what it is like to be in relationship and friendship. It's beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. Well, as we come to a close, I wanted to just like get an idea of what a reading looks like with you. So if people are curious to come and have a reading, like what does that look like?
So there's so many different versions of readings. Personal readings, I would typically, just your standard personal reading, I would go through your 5 core numbers. I would then go through your purpose chart, which is the destiny, soul, and personality number linked. The best career path, I think, for you.
Yeah.
There might be 1 or 2, there might be 6, but the best career path, seeing if you are living in purpose, how you can live more in purpose, seeing the sun side and the shadow side of your numbers and which side you're falling on, giving you knowledge of how to go forward with sun sign, with shadow side. Then we'll drill down to your personal year number, exactly what's happening for you this year, so you know how to move with that energy, plan, the right things, avoid certain things, and then I'll drill it down to every single month for the next 12 months. I'll go through your challenge numbers, I'll go through your pinnacle numbers, I'll go through all sorts of numbers to kind of describe who you are, how you think, how your body moves, what's going to happen for you this year, what's going to happen down to the monthlies. Yeah. There's also understanding your children chart. So lots of people come so they can understand their children. I find those fantastic, especially if your children are around the age of 5 and onwards, because you can learn who your child is and nurture the best parts of them, nurture their destiny number from such a young age. Wow. So they grow from a young age understanding talents, and you can understand the talents and nurturing those sides. So if you perceive your child to be crazy and you can't control them or that sort of thing, and I'll go, well, your child's a life path 5. They're here to express freedom. They're here to be an adventurer. So if you squash that down, or society squashes that 5 down, automatically the child has lost their way. And here we find ourselves as adults not understanding purpose, feeling lost, doing the wrong things. So I find understanding your child chart is extremely powerful. Nurturing the 5 within boundaries, teaching the 5 boundaries within expression and freedom fighting. So those charts, business charts, naming your business, massively important. We want the name of your business carries a vibration, and that gives a feeling to people when they hear it. So my favorite is when someone will name their Reiki business, I don't know, let's call it Reiki 708 or something like that, and it'll vibrate at like an 8. And it's like, honey, you've just called your business an 8 number business. That's not great. That's for a bank. You want to name a bank under an 8 destiny number because that's business finance. You want to name a Reiki business under a master number 11 or 6 because those are the numbers of healing. Because you feel something when someone says a word, you feel the vibration of that word, which links to the numbers. Wow. And so naming a business, extremely important. When you want to launch a business, extremely important. Don't ever host a party on a 7-day, please. No one will come.
Wow, that's fascinating.
So there's so many different types of readings. You can book an hour and just go with the flow. You can book an hour and be completely selfish in it and just revel in the I want to understand me. Cool. You can do kids, you can do relationship readings so that you can understand your partner, understand what month they're in, understand, how to support them energetically, how to not take things personally. If they're in their 7 month, don't be knocking on the door.
This is amazing. I feel like so many people come up to a stuckness in life and they're really in this like, I don't know what to do. I don't know which direction to take. I've been there. I know what that feels like. And it's awful. Yeah. And so having the support, even take it or leave whatever feels good and what doesn't, but like having that information can be so powerful and so empowering. Yeah,
for me, it's about working with the energy instead of against it and having an understanding. Yes. I just say you're coming back to who you were always meant to be. It's a reminder. You're just reminding your soul who you are and who you came here to be. And it's also permission. It's permission. It's going, it's okay that I have 2 conflicting numbers. You give yourself permission to live fully in your authenticity. And that for me is the goal of numerology.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
I'm selfishly wanting to ask, the word in my business called AIO, A-I-O, is that easy to calculate?
Very easy, but I'd need my A is one. I'd have to get my calculator out.
Sure, that's okay.
Because but I will do it for you after this.
Yeah, I'd be so fascinated.
I'll be able to tell you what it vibrates at.
Amazing.
You would be, so you're a woman of the earth. You'd be able to feel it too.
Yeah.
If it feels right, chances are it's linking up straight with your Desi number.
I think so.
Yeah.
It took a long time to find and land on this name. And it was about 3-4 years ago now, before this word was quite popular. Like it's used a lot now, rightly so, because it's a beautiful vibrational word. There's lots of depth and real beautiful meaning to it.
Yeah.
But it was hard to like really land on it, because it's quite a hard word to say for a lot of people. And so it's interesting, my name being Tarikura, I was like, I'm really just on this earth to educate people on how to pronounce Māori words.
I love your name. I love your name. Your name's beautiful.
Name,
it's
but
beautiful.
It's a hard name.
Yeah. Is it because so being a South African coming to a different country, a lot of our surnames are very difficult to pronounce. I completely resonate with that from, like there are Afrikaans words, or we have an insane number of tribes and that sort of thing. And there's different clicks and different R's and different roles and that sort of thing. So it is a challenge, but your name is beautiful.
It is.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I hope I say it right.
I think you do, because you roll your eyes. Hey?
Yes, because of the South African.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So as we draw to a close, I'm curious if there's anything else alive in your heart that you'd like to share with this community of seekers and woo-woo women that just love the depths.
For me, the main message would be the purpose of life is to live in your most authentic being and the most authentic version of yourself. And that is when you will just sit back into the seat of your soul and just flow. Remember to always work with the energy, because everything goes in cycles and not against it. And it just creates a really pure form of life. There's always going to be struggle. There's always going to be heartache. You can't get away from traumas. But an understanding of who you are and who you were always meant to be, there's no better version of yourself than you. And that's why I love the practice of numerology, because it's just such a permission. It's such a knowledge. It's such a help. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you for having me. I know. Soul sister.
So much of a soul sister. There's such a resonance in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like this is where it's like, this is the energetics that feels easy.
I know. I need to go do my astrology chart and see if I've got the things.
Please text me. I would love to know.
I will. I'm going to ask my mum. Why she never told me that?
Yeah. I honestly would not be surprised at all if it's the same.
Same.
I love that. It's been so nice to share space with you and share numbers with you. It's so beautiful. If I can see myself as a mirror with you, I'm like, yes, we are winning.
I know we are winning. We are winning.
Love it.
Love our numbers.
Yeah, love our numbers. Love our codes. So grateful. Well, to close this space, we'll finish with karakia.
Yes, please.
Beautiful. You're welcome to close down the eyes, whānau, if you'd want to join us. What's feeling alive today? Nice and simple, I think. Aio ki te rangi, aio ki te papa, aio ki ngā mea katoa. Peace upon the sky, peace upon the earth, peace upon all things. Thank you all for being here. Mauri ora.